Welcome to Leegolazo, where I talk about match analysis, post-match analysis, and everything I find interesting to talk about in the football world. Today, I'm just going to dive into today's video. I'll be talking about the just ended game between Man United and Athletic Bilbao, the first leg of the semi-finals of the Europa League. And we can see that Man United, for the first time in a very long time, they delivered a good, outstanding performance. And we actually won our game 3-0 against the home team. First, I must congratulate and I must praise every one of them. Usually, I don't do this because unlike the last one where they had to put us through a whole lot of hard time, we went through extra time, we had our hearts up and everything. But today's game was different. It went a different way. First, in 30th minute, Casemiro scored the goal, and which was the opener. Then we had the penalty that, of course, Bruno Fernandes doesn't miss a penalty. He actually scored the penalty. And at that point, they're giving a red card to Danny Vivian, so he made the game like a bit open. Then we had the third goal. Yes, I must praise the guys for their performance, but I would say that I felt like they could have scored more goals. You were playing with 10 men and you had one man advantage, and you didn't use that advantage for anything. There was nothing that showed that we were playing against 10 men. When you got to the second half, you could have actually scored 1 or 2 goals, so that when you go into Old Trafford, you're going with a whole lot of... Imagine we had 4 goals or 5 goals. We'll have lots of margin and know that nothing can happen. We are still confident that we can actually win this game when we go to Old Trafford, because for them to win this round, or for them to knock us out, that means they have to score 4 goals without us, returning any single one at Old Trafford, which I think it's not possible. I'm confident that we wouldn't allow them to score 4 goals without us returning anyone now, and we'll come to Old Trafford and we lose in Old Trafford. It's not possible. But we could have buried this particular leg and moved to the final early, this particular game. If we had scored at least 2 more goals and made it 5-0, we would know that there's no coming back from 5 goals. But we didn't even take advantage of it. We played well, yes, we won 3 goals. Usually, Man United, we don't even score so much goals, but today we scored 3 goals. But I felt like we could have scored more. We could have made this thing easy. We could have even just secured our ticket already into the finals of this year Europa. Looking ahead, I expect United to go to the second leg at Old Trafford with this same confidence, this same teamwork, and this kind of actual quality they've delivered today. And we shouldn't go and just relax because we have 3 goals. Anything can happen. I expect them to be more coordinated, more focused. Today, I couldn't even fault them today, except for the fact that, as I said, they didn't take advantage of the 10 men they were playing with. Onana didn't even have so much work to do because most of the game Man United dominated most of the game. And if we can even be playing, and if we had been playing like this, even in Premiership, I'm sure we won't be 14th on the table. But that one is past. That's water under the bridge. Next leg, let's just seal the deal and let's not just go and make things hard for ourselves. And we just win this round and get over it and get to the finals, because I want to see us in the finals and most likely win this Europa. Because as I said in previous video, this is the only thing that secures us for any other competition next season apart from Premier League. So I don't expect us to just straight away down the drain. We've done well. We've actually gotten to this far. We fought to this part. And let's just do the rest in the second leg and get to the finals and most likely win the finals. Also, Tottenham won their game, and I know that Angus said long ago in September that he always wins in the second season. And it looks like most likely we're going to face Tottenham in the final if they also, continue the lead and win in the second leg, because they won the first leg 3-1. And that means we might be facing Tottenham in the finals, which might be a very difficult game. If I have to give player ratings for today's game, I would give Bruno Fernandes a 9/10. He scored 2 superb goals. This was vintage Bruno Fernandes, the kind of quality we expect to see from our captain Bruno Fernandes, and he showed why he's the captain and why he's truly quality. Manuel Ugarte will also have 8.5/10 or 8/10 because of his 2 assists. He kept on pressing and tirelessly, and he kept the midfield very strong. Casemiro, I'll give him 8/10. He was dominant, in the air, commanding presence, and he capped it up with a goal. So 8/10 for Bruno Fernandes. Harry Maguire, an 8/10. Maguire doesn't fail to deliver. always constantly pressing. He plays like a centre back, everything, centre forward, midfield, anything you want Maguire to play, he would give it to you. Dogu did his best in the game. I'm just going to give him like a 6/10. I think Dogu needs to work on his crossing. He tries to dribble and everything, but his finishing are usually very, very, they are not slick. He still needs some finishing touches. He needs to get a bit refined. That's a 6/10 for Dogu. And for Garnacho, I'm just going to give him another 6/10. Garnacho needs to work on his finishing. He shows a bit of quality, but I think at that point he's lacking. He's still very rusty. And if he can get better on his finishing, I think he'll actually be a more solid player. Let me know your thoughts.